Hello to you all. This is an introduction of African economy. The continent of Africa is blessed and full of natural resources, as from the north to the south and the east to the west. For mineral resources in one hand, there are diamonds, gold, iron ore, bauxite, aluminium, uranium, phosphate, and many others. On the other hand, there are varieties of agricultural produce and fertile soil. As for tourism, it is full of wildlife, sea creatures, beautiful landscape, woodland, deep forests, waterfalls, lakes, running water from hills to the valleys, the wonderful sea view, the cloud, the snow, the rainbow reflecting on the mountain from end to end, the inactive volcanic mountains, the sand dune, the desert, and the semi-arid areas. You may find all these natural resources in the continent of one race Africa. But yet, the Africans are dying of hunger, drought, malnutrition, immigrating to other continents for survival. If the question is to be answered, who are responsible for the impoverishment of African economy? Let us look into the economy of each one of the countries in Africa. Then you may give your opinion if wish. The world is part of Africa, and Africa is part of the world we live in. Do not destroy the wonders and beauties of our only beloved earth. Thank you so much. The economy of Togo. Togo serves as a regional commercial and trade center. The government's decade-long effort, supported by the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, IMF, to implement economic reform measures, encourage foreign investment and bring revenues in line with expenditures. The 12th January 1994 devaluation of the currency by 50% provided an important impetus to renew structural adjustment. These efforts were facilitated by the end of strife in 1994 and a return to political stability in the country. Progress was achieved in an increased opportunities in governmental financial operations to accommodate increased social service outlays and possible reorganization of the infrastructure by the government. Agriculture. Subsistence agriculture is the main economic activity in Togo. The majority of the population depends on subsistence agriculture. Food and cash crop production employs the majority of the labor force and contributes about 42% to the GDP. Coffee and cocoa are traditionally the major cash crop for export, but cotton cultivation increased rapidly in the 1990s. The Togolese government has achieved its goal of self-sufficiency in food crops. Maize, cassava, tapioca, yams, sorghum, pearl millet, corn, beans, rice, sorghum, livestock, peas, and groundnut. Small and medium-sized farms produce most of the food crop. Industry. In the industrial sector, phosphates mining are Togo's most important commodity. Togo also has substantial limestone and marble deposits, encouraged by the community boom of the mid-1970s, which resulted in a four-fold increase in phosphate prices and sharply increased government revenues. Togo embarked on ambitious programs of large investment in infrastructure while pursuing industrialization and development of state enterprises in manufacturing, textile, cement, handicrafts, and beverages. The monetary unit is $1, which is equivalent to 582.242 CFA francs, which is subject to changes.